In 2004, the average person could focus on one thing for 2.5 minutes. By 2016, that number dropped to 47 seconds. That's over 68% decline in 12 years. And that was 2016. I tested this on myself. Every morning I work on my YouTube channel before my job. I put my phone in the other room so that there are no distractions and no notifications. And about 5 minutes in, my hand starts reaching across the desk. Not for anything specific, I'm not expecting a call. My hand is just searching for a phone that is not even there. The distraction isn't the phone anymore. It's inside my brain, and it was put there on purpose. That focus drop isn't even the scary part. That data came from a researcher named Gloria. She's been studying attention for over 20 years. She also found out that once you break focus, once you switch to something else, it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully get back into what you were doing. So do the math. If your focus breaks every 47 seconds, but recovery takes 23 minutes, you're basically never fully focused. You're in a constant state of almost working, almost thinking, almost being present, but never actually arriving. And this maps exactly to my mornings. I will sit down for 3 hours. I'm at my desk the entire time. I'm trying to do the job. But when I look at what I actually produced, it's about 20 to 30 minutes of work and 2 hours of noise. And that noise can be anything. Tab switching, drifting, coming back, drifting again. I used to think that this was a discipline problem, but it's not. It's actually a math problem. Every break is costing me 20 minutes that I don't even realize are gone. The average knowledge worker gets about 1 hour of truly focused work per day. 1 hour out of 8. People who often switch between tasks show 40% drop in productivity. That's not me being lazy at my desk. That's a pattern running across entire industries. But it's not just about work anymore. Think about everything else. The side project that you keep starting. The skill that you want to learn. The book that you haven't finished. If your brain cannot hold a single thought for 47 seconds, how are you supposed to build anything that actually matters to you? And that question led me somewhere I wasn't expecting to go. Because I know that this didn't just happen to us. Someone did this on purpose. In 2006, a designer named Aza Raskin invented infinite scroll. Before that, every website had a bottom. You would reach the end and your brain will get a natural signal, I'm done here. Infinite Scroll removed that signal entirely. User sessions on Facebook and Instagram jumped by 50% almost overnight. Raskin has since said that he regrets it. He estimates that Infinite Scroll wastes about 200,000 human lifetimes per day, not hours, lifetimes. And that's one feature on a handful of apps. But Infinite Scroll is just the door. Every major platform uses something called variable ratio reinforcement. If that sounds too academic to you, it's essentially the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. Every pull to refresh, every swipe to the next video is an unpredictable reward. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's garbage, but your brain cannot predict which. Brain imaging studies show that TikTok activates the same dopamine pathways that light up in people with substance addictions. Researchers compared brain scans of heavy social media users to scans of cocaine users. Same regions, same intensity, same impairment in decision making. Essentially, your phone is triggering the same reward circuits as a drug. And that's not me being dramatic, that's science. That's what the scanners are showing. And the companies building these products know exactly what they're doing. In 2021, a Facebook employee named Frances Hogan leaked thousands of internal documents. Meta's own research showed that Instagram made 1 in 3 girls feel worse about their bodies. 30% said it made suicidal thoughts worse. And Meta's internal response wasn't "we need to fix this." Their own language was that Instagram is addictive by design. They hired the best psychologists and neuroscientists on the planet to make sure you cannot look away. And they kinda succeeded. So the question becomes, what has all this engineering actually done to our brains? A review of 40 brain imaging studies found that heavy social media users show reduced gray matter in the prefrontal cortex. That's essentially the part of your brain that's responsible for impulse control, long-term planning, and sustained focus. In people under 25 years, that area is still developing. The generation that grew up on these platforms is reshaping their brains during the exact window when they need to develop them. A meta-analysis of 49 studies found that people who read on screens score lower compared to people who read on paper. And the worst part, that skimming, scanning, that jumping ahead, those habits carry over to print. Even when you pick a physical book, your brain is still trying to read it like a feed. I used to read 50, sometimes even 100 pages in one sitting without even thinking about it. Now I struggle with 2, and my mind starts wandering. The content is not getting harder, my brain got worse at staying with it. But the thing that hit me the hardest wasn't the brain scans or the reading stats, it was something that I was not expecting at all. People aged 15 to 24 now spend 70% less time with their friends in person compared to the same age group 20 years ago. And this equals to 1,000 hours per year less face-to-face connection. A 2024 study found that 80% of Gen Z experienced loneliness in the past year, compared to 45% of boomers. And 81% of Gen Z say that they wish it was easier to disconnect. And that's not a preference. That's an entire generation saying that they feel trapped by the tools they grew up with. So here's what I'm doing about it. I know. After everything I just told you, billion-dollar companies, cocaine-level brain scans, engineering addiction, here's what I did about it would sound like bringing a knife to a gunfight. But do you remember that 23-minute number? That one stat changed everything. If every single interruption costs you 23 minutes of recovery, you don't need to rewire your entire life. You just need one protected hour. And that's what I started doing. Every morning, 1 hour, one task, and no phone, no social media, no emails. And at first it was brutal. 5 minutes in and I will feel this pull. Not toward anything specific, just away from what I was doing. My brain was looking for the slot machine pill. But I kept going and over the weeks something shifted. The fog started clearing. I started being so much more productive in the mornings that this one uninterrupted hour gave me more output than most of my full work day ever did, because I stopped giving my brain the chance to pay this 23-minute tax. And when you have this little proof what 1 hour can do, you want to start dismantling these slot machines one by one. So I deleted TikTok, I deleted Instagram off my phone, not because social media bad, but because I understand the mechanism now. Variable ratio reinforcement, unpredictable reward. That's what makes it addictive. So I removed the unpredictability. I still use Instagram through the browser, but I don't get this pull to watch reels all the time. And here's the thing that nobody tells you. The less I reach for my phone, the less I want to. The reflex got quieter and the loop kind of weakened. And this is kind of when I realized that it works in both directions. They spent billions training my brain to need this pull. But this 1 hour gives me the proof that I can train this back. The hand reaching for a phone that isn't on my desk, it still happens, less often, but it happens. And every time it does, I think about what that reflex represents. Billions of dollars, decades of engineering, all working to make sure my brain needs something it doesn't even want. But here's what changed. Now, I notice it. And the moment you notice it, you get a choice that you didn't have before. Not a big life overhaul, just one small decision. Do I reach or do I stay? Your attention is the only way that you experience anything. The things you want to build, the people you want to be present with, the person you're trying to become. All of it runs on attention. And right now, someone else is spending it for you. Take it back. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I see you in the next one.